Hello everyone, Caduce here, bringing you this quick video on how to set up cold email from start to finish, from the whole setup, buying the domain, setting up the email records, sending your first email, writing the copy for your first email, getting the leads. All of that information is going to be included in this video. If you want to get a link to this exact Notion doc that I wrote, it got over 150 or 160 retweets on Twitter, which a lot of people got this doc for completely free. It's a whole training, like I said, and the link will be in the description below, as well as the Twitter account and our Facebook group. And if you want to get onboarded to our software, Inframail, to help you automate the setup of SPF, DKIM, DMARC, and all that, feel free to book a call below and we can get you started on that as well. But I want to go straight into the actual video and the training from start to finish. So it all starts with how to start sending cold emails. Okay, sign 1 to 3 high-ticket clients in 30 days guaranteed. Now, obviously, this guarantee, it depends, right? If you just send a one-letter email, you're not going to sign any clients. But I signed my first $3,200 retainer client ever, right? My first client ever was for $3.2K. A little bit more than that. And I used cold email, high volume cold email, right? And I used a personalized approach. And when I say personalized, I mean that I asked them if they would want a personalized video, and then I would send a personalized video once they said that they wanted one. So doing a cold email, outreach offer always starts with a high ticket offer. It should start with a high ticket offer. You can sell obviously a multitude of different things, but I personally recommend going with a high ticket offer somewhere around 1 to 5K, 10K, 20K, whatever it is, right? So I talk a little bit more deeply about all of these subjects in these multiple videos that I have in the Notion, so that's why you should go and check it out. But I'll gloss over everything briefly. So this is the Alex Hormozi value equation. This is what business value equates to: a dream outcome for the client multiplied by their perceived likelihood of achievement. Okay, meaning where they want to go, and also how likely they are to get there with you, and then over time delay, how long it'll take for them to get there, and then their own effort and sacrifice. So the interesting thing is, if one of these is overblown by a lot, then, it could basically end up devaluing this by a ton, right? So like, for example, if the dream outcome is an amazing body, like a Hollywood physique or something, let's say for a fitness trainer, right? Or, someone that's offering a fitness training program, and the perceived likelihood of achievement is also very high, 99%, right? And then he'll, let's say, get it to you in 30 days. Hypothetically, it takes a very long time to build a great physique, but let's just say 30 days, okay? If the effort and sacrifice, let's say it hurts 100 times more than actually going to the gym and for a year, and you endure more pain, 100 times more pain in those 30 days, and you still get your dream outcome, then the effort and sacrifice is a bit too much, so it devalues the whole product as a whole. Right? So you can use these 4 components in your offer, and I talk about it a little bit more deeply in this video. That's what I did when I was in the solar biz, selling, Facebook ads. Basically, it was a very common offer, but it worked because I added a little bit of a, tweaking to it. So in this situation here, I want to explain to you what a old offer and a revamped offer looks like. So I will help you get your dream body in 90 days, all while in the comfort of your home. We'll take care of everything from workouts to meal plans, and you will only exercise 30 minutes a week, or 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week. If the program doesn't work, we'll work for you for free until it does. Okay, so if you think this offer is really good, I'm going to show you how to make this insanely good. But as you can see, there's no really target market, right? If someone is thinking about a dream body, the guy that's 220 is going to be 100. He's going to want to be 160 pounds. The guy that's 160 pounds probably wants to be 190 pounds full of muscle, right? So what is the demographic? Who is the ideal customer persona that you want, right? And all that matters, okay? And you obviously tell them your whole program here. You tell them that they're going to be at home. You tell them that they're going to have the meal plans taken care of, and they exactly what their workout's going to look like, 30 minutes a day for 3 times a week, right? Basically an hour and a half a week, okay? And this, I never understood this guarantee will work for free until it does, because, if they're not successful in 3 months or 4 months, why would they want to work for you for free? It's a shit product anyway, right? So like, why would someone want to work for that, right? Or why would someone want you to work for them? It doesn't really make sense, right? I never understood that. So I have a full guide on this, right, in this video here, but I want to show you what this looks like, right? This is the revamped offer. Same exact thing, but niched down. I help ectomorph business owners, and if you don't know what an ectomorph is basically someone that can't really put on muscle, very, very skinny, right, low muscle mass, etc. Someone like me, for example. And I help ectomorph business owners, right, under 170 pounds, pack on an extra 15 pounds of pure muscle in 90 days or less with our unique Greek physique lifting mechanisms. Now, it's obviously crazy to pack on 15 pounds of pure muscle in 90 days, right? That means like literally 5 pounds, a month. But, even if that was like 10 pounds, even if that was 8 pounds, and you showed pictures, you get the idea, right? I'm just giving you an example of how I picked out and grabbed the ideal customer I want by the throat. Hey, you're a business owner. Hey, you're an ectomorph, right? This is for you. And obviously these people want to want to be in the position of gaining pure muscle, not losing weight. So this already tells you, and then we have this unique name, Greek physique lifting mechanisms. And this could be whatever the program is, but you don't want to give the program away, but you want to give it a badass name, give it something that people will like, right? And then you tell them what the program doesn't include, which creates more mystery than what the program does include. Because if you just tell someone what's included, right, then they're just going to know what's there. But if you tell them what it doesn't include, and especially those things that it doesn't include are things that they hate, then it becomes so mysterious and an enticing offer. So without eating super healthy, dang, what do I get to eat? McDonald's? Driving to the gym, okay, or spending more than 4 hours a week. So if I'm not driving to the gym, where am I going? Am I going to the park? Am I going to do calisthenics? Am I going to be at home maybe? Do I play sports instead? Or spending more than 4 hours a week working out? Okay. So, it's a very interesting offer, and that's kind of how you revamp it, okay? So how many emails do you want to send per day, right? This is now a cold email training, so I just kind of want to give you the whole setup process because, you would think that setting up cold email is easy, but I'm going to get into it here. I'm just speaking to the people that maybe have never started a cold email. I kind of want to explain from start to finish. It's a long process, especially if it's done manually. It could take hours, if not days, to set up, basically all of the infrastructure, and there's a warm-up period, and we'll get into that. But how many emails do you want to send per day? Do you want to send 500? Do you want to send 1,000? Do you want to send 2,000? The more emails you want to send, the more inboxes you need to create and the more domains that you need to buy. So the rule of thumb is one domain should have 2 to 3 inboxes for safe sending, good deliverability. Each inbox will send 40 to 50 emails, okay? And then you just take the number of emails you want to send, divide that by 40 by each, basically the sending amount for each inbox, right? And then this equals the number of inboxes. The number of inboxes divided by 3 equals the amount of domains that you need. So this is basically, just kind of to give you a rule of thumb, okay? And right here, right, we have the domains, and yeah, let me actually make sure that math is right. Okay, I made sure the math is right. So basically, like for example, 500, right, divided by 40, that would be 12.5. Okay, so that's the number of inboxes that you need. So they're gonna send about 40 each. You'll get like 500, messages, right? And so basically, you could round up 13 inboxes. Number of inboxes, you say, we'll just put 12 and a half in there, or 13, whatever it is, divided by 3. That's gonna give you the amount of domains that you're gonna need. So that's the amount of domains that you need to buy. So now that's 4 domains, approximately, 5. You could say 5 times 3, which means 15 inboxes. That's how much you're gonna be able to create with that. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So you could buy custom domain names from anywhere. So the rule of thumb, right? You never obviously want to use a Gmail or Yahoo account to do business to business outreach, right? Because business owners want to check out your website. So if they get an email from a Gmail, they're not going to know where to find information about you, right? So if you have, like, for example, my email is caduce@informail.io. So if I send an outreach message with that, right, and technically that's actually my main domain. So one thing is that for cold email outreach, you never want to use your main domain. So that's actually emails that I use to reach out to specific people in our business, users, etc. I don't really do outreach with that email. I don't ever do outreach actually. So so for example, if we have infomailbusiness.com, infomailsoftware.com, infomailoffer.com, infomail whatever it is.com, right? And we have Caduce at all those domains, okay? And then those domains redirect back to your main website, right? So you never want to use your main one, because if you use your main one for outreach, the problem is it'll be harder to find, you'll get blacklisted, and then, it's a mess, okay? So you never want to do that. So domains are obviously a per your investment, and you can make multiple inboxes under one domain. Like as we've seen here, this is kind of the equation, depending on how many emails you want to send. And I personally recommend you use Infomail, which is our software, and we'll talk about it later on. So this is domain inboxes, right? So basically when you take these domains, you're going to create email domains, domain inboxes, whatever you want to call it. And like I said, you never want to use your main domain because, it's going to be harder to find your website. So if you have, like my previous agency was called HunterGate, right? So I would get Discover HunterGate, Scale HunterGate, Growth HunterGate, right? And then you can use multiple inboxes. So, I know people that use 4 to 5. So if you're experiencing cold email, it's not a bad idea. But I think 2 or 3 is, really the safe number. The more conservative you are, the safe, better be safe than sorry. Now we have email inbox setup automation. So the SPF, DKIM, and DMARC is one of the most, notorious parts of email sending. So when you're setting up an inbox, you need to set up SPF, DKIM, and DMARC records. And what are these? Well, they're basically email records necessary when, when configuring cold email. And it's important to set these records up for each inbox, or else you will land in spam. And these email records will let everyone know you're not a spammer, and also encrypt the emails you send and receive. So it's like different technicalities in the network basically allows you to send and receive emails and all this. But a bunch of stuff that really doesn't matter. We just want to send emails. So when you create a Gmail, you just sign up, you create the Gmail, and boom, you can start sending emails. But with business domain emails, it's a bit different. You need to actually configure a lot of things around that before you start sending. So the rule of thumb with SPF, DKIM, and DMARC is it's going to take about 30 minutes to 40 minutes, depending, on average time, right? 30 to 40 minutes if you're doing it manually per inbox, okay? And if you really get it super fast down, it could be like 15 to 20 minutes per inbox. So you can imagine if you're doing it for 20, 30, 40 inboxes, it costs a lot of money, right? And not to mention, right? Or excuse me, it costs you a lot of time, and it also costs a lot of money because each domain email will be, each domain inbox will be $6 per user on, let's say, for example, Google Workspace. So, for example, I'm still shilling here because I really think it, I know it will save you time and money as it does for all of our user bases. So Infomail is $99 per month, but you can host unlimited inboxes. So for example, if you want to send out 1,000 emails per day, you'd need approximately 30 inboxes, okay? And well, that'd be a little over 1,000, but you'll need 30 inboxes. That would cost you 30 times 6, which is $180 a month in Google Workspace bills. Not to mention the email sending platform you need, such as Instantly, whatever. It's like $97 a month, $100 a month, whatever it is. So with us, with Infomail, you can have 30, 60, 90, 150 inboxes, and you'll still be able to scale your cold email outreach and send thousands of more emails without having to pay higher in workspace bills and hosting bills, because we're a host, right? And on top of that, the time that it would take you to set up, each inbox, 15, 20, 30, 40 minutes, we do an automation. We have an automation that you can use for free on our site when you sign up, and it will do all of that for you for completely free when you sign up with our host, and you could do 10 inboxes in literally 2 to 3 minutes, okay? It's unbelievably goated software, and I'm just talking it up, but It's the truth. So now I want to also talk about the setup, and this is kind of like the video, right? The master inbox forwarding. So when you are actually setting up your emails, right, you want to forward all of the replies that you get to either a Unibox or a master inbox. So basically, all the master inboxes, it could be any email. It could be like Caducite Gmail. It could actually be a Gmail account. Okay, and what it does is all the replies that you get from all of these 30 inboxes will go to one email account, just for, it's easier to manage, etc. Right? And then if you want to use a Unibox, basically what a Unibox is if you're on a sending platform such as Instantly, basically what that means, what they do is they send out these 500,000 emails and time it for you, schedule it, and it's all automated, right? And they have their own master inbox. The only caveat with that is that sometimes, a few emails and replies can slip through the cracks just because, the nature of their platform and the nature of really any platform, because, it's using API requests. So you can miss a few replies, but the master inbox forwarding, you will never miss a reply. And then now we have the domain redirects, okay? So all of the domains that you buy, similar to your actual primary domain, never your actual primary domain, but similar, right? You're going to redirect them to your main website. So when people get an email from you, they're going to go to your page, and it's going to be a VSL and all the information, and then they're going to sign up, right? And they're going to book a call, whatever it is, okay? And then you add a custom tracking domain to each domain. So you go into the DNS records, into the CNAME records, right? It's basically the same thing for all of the platforms. So if you choose not to go with Infomel, you can do the same thing on Google, Namecheap, GoDaddy, whatever it is, okay? And you just add the custom tracking domains. And what that is you're just able to track how many people opened your campaign, how many replies you've gotten, etc. And it will just basically give you a bunch of data and track all of the emails that you send. Right? And I have a tutorial on this. Lead lists are a huge part of cold email. You obviously want to get a hyper-targeted lead list. You want to have good leads. It matters a lot the kind of leads that you get because, for example, you don't want leads that have been getting thousands, hundreds of, thousands of emails over the course of a year, because then your offer won't stand out, right? And also buying leads and getting leads is also just a hard task in general, just to target them and find them, etc. And also filter them based on revenue or employee, company size, etc. But a rule of thumb, right? This is actually from Nick Abrahams' Twitter, and I basically just ripped it off. But you can go follow him. But he's great, and he talks about where you can get these lead lists. Ecom Store Leads is a good platform. B2B Ocean.io. I believe that's one of the softwares that he runs. And I have no affiliation with them, by the way. I just know that he understands cold email at a very high level, and I would definitely go with these, right? Local leads via Google Maps, right? Outscraper, this is for local, leads that you want to offer anything to, whatever your high ticket offer. SaaS and venture capital, that's going to be Crunchbase, right? Those big software companies. A conglomerate, right? So you'll have a lot of people on this kind of lead list, is like these kind of platforms, is Apollo and LeadRock. So you can filter and enrich different URLs. So like, for example, if you scrape LinkedIn, then you can go on LeadRocks and enrich, all of the URLs and then extract emails from them. You obviously don't want to go profile by profile. You want to automate this, and this is kind of how you do that, right? And I don't necessarily have full blown out tutorials, but each one, if you search it up on Google, it's basically a video away. And then any niche as well. This I really like. I personally use Tweetscraper.io, right? And this is a platform by someone that's in my network, a good friend, and his platform is called Tweetscraper.io. You could basically scrape the follower list of your gurus, the main people. So you can scrape that follower list. They've never been outreached to, right? Very rare. And yeah, it's a good platform. So, like I said, this is a list I took from Nick Abraham, so I hope that it helps. And, obviously you're going to have a lead list with first name, last name, company name, position, revenue, etc. And you can basically use these variables, this different information about the person, in your email. Okay, cold email warm-up. Now, this right here is Instantly.ai. This is my favorite cold email platform, right? I love this platform to death. So, warm-up, right? What is warm-up? Why is this important? So, email warm-up is a period of time you enter, right, your email inboxes into a pool of other cold emailers just like you preparing to cold email. So this pool uses AI and algorithms to send and receive emails on your behalf and make your usage of the email inbox seem more human so you can start your outreach. Skipping the warm-up period can be detriment to your cold email campaign and trash all of your domains if you decide to skip this step. I would use Instantly for this specific thing because you can warm up unlimited email accounts. A lot of them charge you per inbox for warm-up and all this crazy stuff. So this is the best way, in my opinion. And it takes about 2 to 3 weeks to warm up, and then you're good to go, right? And bonus tip, this is when you actually start your outreach, or just throwing it in there. If you leave warm up on during your campaigns as they're running, right, this is actually going to improve your deliverability in a lot of ways. Because if you send 50 emails from 40 inboxes, and let's just say your copy was so bad that you got 0% replies, a lot of, the ESPs are going to say that's suspicious because, number one, you're sending all these emails. They're the same email, right? Which it's a problem in and of itself. There's ways to go around that, and I'm going to explain it in the rest of this video. But just simply, getting 0% replies, it kind of looks like you're spamming people. Like, why are people not responding? Is he even, emailing people that he knows, right? So if you leave warm up on, so if you have 50, daily campaign limit of 50, inboxes or 50 emails per inbox, what you could do is like send 10 to 15 or 20 warm up emails and toggle the reply rate to 100% so you get 100% replies. And then, with all of the rest of the emails, you can use it in your campaign. Okay. And then here's a brief video on how to use the whole Instantly platform in a 6-minute video. Very, very easy, right? And then a brief explanation of email warm-up, right? And then, like I said, leave warm-up on during outreach. I kind of give you a tutorial on how to do that. And then cold email deliverability. So the host matters a lot, right? When you're doing cold email. So deliverability, if it lands in spam, no one's going to see it. So it's basically pointless. Okay. So obviously there's multiple hosts: Google Workspace, Zoho, Outlook, Informail, right? Informail uses premium SMTP servers on the back end, right? And it's $99 per month for unlimited inboxes. So they, Google charges $6 per month. So better to go with Informail and save your money and also your time, like I said, to automate the email records. And now we go on to verifying the email list. So this is a very crucial step to cold email. You use platforms like Neverbounce or emaillistverify.com. And what this does is it takes, 1,000, 2,000 emails. And just because you scrape 1,000, 2,000 emails or you find them on all these platforms, it doesn't actually mean those emails still exist. Sometimes they could just be inactive. Sometimes they could just be delisted. Whatever the case may be, right? These emails can bounce. And what a bounce basically means is that you send an email and it gets blocked, right? And there's soft bounces and hard bounces, right? But I don't want to get into the technicalities. But to prevent this, we want to verify your email list. Use a good tool, pay some good money to verify it just so you keep your domain email safe, okay? Now, spin tags, this is what I told you about when I was describing the warm-up, right? So you sending the same email over and over again is going to be suspicious, right? So the way that you can actually prevent this is by using something called spin tags, and it's actually integrated in a platform like Instantly, a cold email sending platform. And so what this, feature does, is spin tags, right? Is that it tricks ESPs into thinking that you're sending different emails, although the context and the information in that email is the same. So the way that it looks is that it just creates... I just want to bring you a quick little video. I'm talking too much here. So I want to actually show you a full-on email, right, and how it looks. Let me see if it's going to switch for me. So yeah, so here. Right here, as you can see, this random variable, right? And then right after watching it, you can, you can get your cold email set up. And then I also have multiple variations. So in the email, right, it will actually take this sometimes and send it, and take this sometimes and send it. And same goes for all of these, right? It will use, it's a dynamic variable, right? And what this, creates is, surprisingly, you would think that it doesn't create that many variables, but this right here in and of itself creates hundreds of variations of the email, right? Like, if you change this hi to hello, howdy, salutations, greetings, what's up, whatever it is. That right there is already like 11 different emails. And then imagine the more variations you create, the more that they connect to one another in these random algorithmic, ways. And then you have like, little do you know, you have 20, 50, 100,000 variations in your emails, right? It looks like hieroglyphics. But I give you a tutorial on that. Like I said, link in the description below. And obviously, in your email, I used to make this mistake a lot. Surprisingly, I still signed that $3,200 client while doing this, but you never want to use bold, italics, pictures, links in your first email, because that is, it makes it unsafe because, a spammer would send you a link first email because he wants you to click on something, send some malware to you or take your information, whatever these hackers, crazy spammers do, right? So you never want to look like anything suspicious. You just want to give them an offer straight up, just straight HTML text. Basically, HTML just means, just regular text, right, with nothing. So the cold email basics, keep it short. Obviously, you don't want to make your email copy more than 150 words. The shorter, the better. Data shows writing an email that's less than 150 words will 15x your replies. So it's always best to have a short email. No one wants to read a long thing, especially from someone they don't know. And talk about the outcome. This goes back to the offer, but you always want to talk about what you can, what the end result of your product or service is. So you never want to say, hey, we actually generate $1 million for your company. Just to give you an example, we generate $1 million a year for your company using Facebook ads. No, I mean, like, you just want to talk about the outcome. We can generate you $1 million, per year, and just hammer down how much money they're going to make, and you don't really need to talk about the how, right? Unless you're on the sales call and they ask specific questions. But the initial offer is how much money you can make them, right? Don't say like, something like along the lines of, because this is what I've tried and hasn't worked, but like, we can help you get more leads using Facebook ads. But it's like a very vague, arbitrary, or a very vague, ambiguous kind of information, right? So be as specific as possible. So if you're offered to do Twitter outreach for a business, don't say I'll send 400 don't say I'll send 400 Twitter DMs in your niche. Talk about the outcome. 400 Twitter DMs is, let's say, 12,000 Twitter DMs per month. You could probably guarantee someone 10 appointments or high ticket clients. So, well, not 10 high ticket clients, maybe like 1 or 2, but you get my point. So talk about the results of the Twitter DMs rather than the service you provide, and that's kind of what's worked for me. And I send hundreds of DMs a day, right? 400 on Twitter, hundreds on Facebook with our VAs and stuff like that. Also hundreds of cold emails, okay? And we're going to be scaling that up to thousands. And the call to actions. So when you send an email, you obviously want to have a good call to action, something with that, something that you want that person to do, right? So the call to action is basically something like along the lines of, hey, are you interested? You want to have a 15-minute chat? Can you book it on my calendar? Something like that, right? But there's something called hard versus soft call to action. So a soft call to action is something that requires very less friction, right? So like, for example, if I say, hey, you mind if I send you over a video on how we scaled the company by $1 million last year? Then they just say yes, or even why, or interested, or whatever it is. Sure, send it over. But if a hard call to action is something that they really have to think about deeply, it's kind of like, hey, do you want to have a 15-minute chat? The offer creation is very good, but you're asking them to give up their time, but you haven't given them anything, right? And if the offer is good enough, hard call to actions are fine. But I recommend starting with soft call to actions to get replies, get a little, I guess, a little feedback from the market that you're sending to, okay? And yeah, cold email soft call to actions that print. May I send you over a short 2-minute video to show you how we do this? Slightly interested, leave your name and number for a quick 3-minute call, no commitments. May I attach a 1-page case study to show our results? Like you can't really say no to any of those, right? It's like you either ignore it, you just say, yeah, sure, why not, right? What do you lose? But with 15 minutes, I lose my 15 minutes. Maybe like you're talking to like some guy that's a billionaire. Maybe he makes like, so he's like a Jeff Bezos that makes like, I don't know, like $5,000 a second or some crazy thing, right? So are you interested in booking a call to discuss further? Are you open to discussing this further over a short call? Whatever, same variations of the same thing. Right, ask them for a lot. It's a lot of friction. They have to go in their calendar, look at a time, etc., rather than just typing yes. So obviously you can sense my bias toward which call to actions to go for, right? So the cold email framework to sign 1 to 3 high ticket clients in 30 days. I actually give you this framework in this video, so I guess I'll leave a leave a little mystery to that, and I'll actually drop it in the description. Like I said, it's the Notion doc that I linked below, so that's going to help you a ton. And then the cold email framework, like I said, well, this is right above, and then watch the video. This one, so this is the $3,200 retainer that I signed the exact email, and then this is for the reply rate that I got. So yeah, I mean, I hope this video helped a lot. Basically you only need a few things. You need domains, you need a hosting platform, Workspace, Zoho, Infomail, whatever you want. And then the third one is going to be your sending platform. Instantly, SmartLead, SuperSend, Mistrica, all these different cold email sending platforms, right? I just recommend Instantly because I die by them. They're great and they're very simple to use. It's like iPhone versus Android, right? It's like, I know that a lot of people, the Android people are going to get pissed, but iPhone's better. I'm sorry, but iPhone's better, right? It's simple to use. Everyone loves it. So Instantly is like the iPhone of cold email. It makes it very easy. Everything else is like the Android. Very confusing. So many variables, different things in the UI. It's just not like an iPhone. It's not like an iPhone. But yeah, so I'll leave also my link in the description below for my Instantly affiliate commission. You actually get absolutely nothing for trying it out. You still pay the same price, but it just gives me money. So if you actually care and you want to feed the homeless, why not? I'm just kidding. I'm not homeless. But you can use it or don't use it. I don't really care. But I hope you enjoyed this video and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Thank you so much.